Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Friday's live stream, live show, whatever. Come on in, let me know where you're watching in from. If it's your first time here, let me know that in the comments. Come on, hit the like button for me, share this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know where you're watching in from. What's your city and state? Drop that down below. This is live. Good morning. Good morning. Rose World is on YouTube. We got a few people over here in the building today. Come on in, like it, share it with somebody. Today in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips that you need to know when starting your apparel printing business from home. First time Chicago, welcome. 5 tips, right? 5 tips that you need to know when starting your apparel printing business from home. This is because, like, after the trade show last week, we've had nearly 5,000 people that followed us on Instagram, and the questions are all the same. And I want to say welcome to all of the new followers, everybody that's just joined the community on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever you're at, right? If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead, subscribe. It's called Garment Creations, youtube.com/Garment Creations. And check me on Instagram, right? Right now, I'm on both platforms right now. We're on IG and we're on YouTube live for this show this morning. Come on in. Good morning. I have 5 tips, man, right? Or 5 things that you need to know. 5 steps, whatever you want to call it. Tips, steps, right? This is what you need to understand when you're starting your apparel printing business, all right? No matter what age you are, because just before I went live, I got a question from somebody. Hey, man, I'm trying to do this for my 11-year-old. Shout out to all the parents that are trying to start businesses for their kids. That is amazing. I wish I had that growing up, right? Like, yes, we did watch our parents in business, but nobody started a business for me, right? Nobody got me the equipment to start a business, all right? So by the end of this live here, you're going to have, my goal is to reframe your mindset in starting this business. Said my son is 11. Yes, if you're doing this for your kids, or you're looking to do something for your kids to pass on, what are their ages down below? Let me know. Also, make sure you hit some hearts on this video. Share this live with somebody. It's going to be impactful and valuable. All right. I got my coffee right here. Let me know. What do you drink? Tea or coffee? Or some of y'all are just water. I got double doses this morning because my intention is to give you a whole lot of game, which means there might be some dry throat happening here this morning. So I got going with some coffee. Yeah, so shout out to everybody that stopped by at the Impression Trade Show. If you were not in California to check us out, man, you missed a great show, but there's plenty more coming up. Next, we will be in Atlanta City in March, right? Make sure you tune in and you show up if you're in the tri-state. But for this morning, I want you to basically rethink of your t-shirt business, right? Because what most people are doing wrong when they're starting their t-shirt business, the first thing they're doing right now, they're questioning, oh, what equipment do I need? Right? Oh, what heat press do I need? Like, there's a video on my feed. I actually just got a notification that says it's got 10,000 likes. Yes, congratulations. Shout out to myself, for everybody that's liking that video. But you guys are asking the wrong questions, right? You're definitely asking the wrong questions, and you're doing this and like trying to jump past some of the things that you need to do first, right? I know everybody want to get the equipment. You want to start going. You want to just get right to it. But there are steps to this. Somebody said there are steps to this, right? There literally are steps to this thing here. And the equipment is not the first, right? I literally have a list of things here that I'm going to go through. It's just so we don't miss anything. And according to my list here, the equipment is number 4, right? The equipment is number 4. So I know there's a lot of things right now. You think, oh man, what do I need? What materials? What shirts? What transfers? All of those things will come. They will all come, right? But it starts with number one, right? The first thing that I say when you're trying to start your business here is to get a clear understanding of what direction you want to go. It's to get a clear understanding of what direction you want to go. So number one is to get a clear understanding, clarity. Somebody comment clarity for me, right? Clarity. Because when you see a lot of people on the internet, they're doing t-shirts or like you see them with a heat press, you need to understand what direction they're in, what lane are they in. Are they printing custom shirts for other people, or are they printing for their brand? Okay, so when I talk about clarity, there's two things. You either print custom shirts or you are printing for your brand. So let me know in the comments right now, what lane are you interested in, right? What lane are you interested in? Are you a clothing brand owner aspiring to start your own clothing brand, or do you want to be the person that prints for clothing brands, or the person that prints for small businesses, right? Let's get that clarity right now. I know you want to get to the machines. I know all of the questions because I get thousands of those on my Instagram. You can go and check it out at Garment Creations. But the whole thing here is that I want you to understand right now, that first thing, that C, right? That C. It's crazy that I say that C and the word clarity starts with a C. Okay? I want you to be able to see exactly what lane you are going in. Where are you trying to be? Custom apparels or a clothing brand? Custom apparels or a clothing brand? Okay? And the reason why I say that, I see customs in the chat. What's up, Jesse? Right? Jesse's saying custom, right? Jesse's a custom t-shirt provider. That means Jesse is printing for other people. When I started in this business 2016 in my closet space, right? For folks that don't know, in the closet space, I wanted to make an extra $1,000 a week, a month. That's all it was, right? So in order to do that, I was in the church. I had my niche, which is going to be the next thing we'll talk about. I was in the church heavily. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start printing shirts for people in the church, right? A clothing brand, and I named the brand Tornville. You can see that on my sweater that I'm wearing right now. This was our main logo, right? So it started as a clothing brand. Clarity. We need to understand. What's up, Rob Beats? Shout out to Rob Beats kicking it with us at the show, right? So when I say clarity, figure out, are you a custom apparel printer or are you a clothing brand owner? Very important, because when you jump into the game thinking you're going to be able to do both, right, you're going to fail. And I know none of y'all want to fail, right? If you're in this game right now, you say I'm coming in to fail, go ahead, raise your hand. You might as well just get off the live, because I'm not here to push you to failure. We're here to show you how you can succeed. So like I said, I have 5 steps, and that was number 1. Figure out what lane you want to be. Clarity. All right, so right now, if you're just watching this, you already got 2 examples. You're either doing custom brand or you are doing a clothing brand. All right, clothing brand. So we're going to go on the line now. The next step here, tip number 2, is going to be your niche. I know we hear it all the time. Oh, yeah, niches bring riches. People need a niche down. It's important. It's very important. No matter what you're doing online, right? If you're going to build an online business, there's got to be a niche. There's got to be a niche. Even if you're doing a custom apparel brand, even if you're doing a custom clothing store, you're doing custom printing for businesses, custom printing for schools. Believe it or not, the person that prints for small businesses, you might not be okay printing for schools. You might struggle trying to get that customer base. Right? If you're praying for, let's say, churches, you might struggle praying for teams, because teams are wearing different types of apparel, right? Especially if you don't understand, if you don't really know what type of print method you want to go with. Okay. So the next thing I would say again, number 2 is going to be figure out that niche. What is your niche? Niche. Most of y'all call it differently depending where you're at in the world. But I would say figure out what your niche market is. Your niche market. Are you going to be, most people say they're doing it for the kids, right? I get people all the time, oh, I want to start something for my kids. Congratulations, right? But what is that niche that your kid want to go into? Why does your kid want to print shirts? Or why do you want your kid to print shirts? Is your kid an athlete, right? That they're going to be printing shirts for the teams, right? Is your kid, most likely for some of y'all that want to do for your kids probably want to do clothing brands. Okay. So if you say you want to do a clothing brand, still, what is your core audience? What is your target audience of people in that space? Who are you trying to serve in that space when it comes to clothing brand? Make sure you smash the like button on here. If you're watching on IG, let's throw some hearts on here. If there's something I said that gives you some value, just go ahead, throw some hearts on this. All right. So again, number 1, find clarity. Number 2, figure out your niche market, right? Like I said, when I started with Christian clothing, faith-based brand. There's a lot of faith-based brand out there. All right. So you want to figure out who are you trying to serve? Who is your core audience? Who are your people? Where are your market people at? Who are the ideal people that you're trying to reach? Small businesses, where are they? Right? Maybe you say, I just want to work with small businesses like the barbershops, the salons, the pizza shops, the landscapers. Who is your niche? Like, who are you trying to serve? Small business owners, big brands. Maybe you want to do promotional products. Like, what is that core audience that you're trying to serve? Okay, so that's tip number 2, finding your niche. Finding your niche. All right. Now, tip number three, when it comes to starting your t-shirt business or print apparel business from home, this part here, this tip right here, most people, we do this wrong. We get over consumed with some of the good information we see on the internet. All right. So tip number 3 is going to be to study the greats. Study the greats. Okay, study the greats. What does that mean? Study the people who are already ahead of you, the folks that are doing this stuff here. Not everybody you see on Instagram, you're going to hit that follow button on. Not everybody is going to be your mentor. Not everybody should be your teacher. Not everybody you should just be looking to see what are they doing. It's crazy because some of the folks I see using heat presses on the internet, they're doing it wrong. Time, temperature, and pressure. I see so many people doing t-shirts with the collar on the heat press. They're all wrong. No matter what you say, you cannot press a t-shirt with the collar being on the press. That pressure is messed up, inconsistent, right? So you need to understand who are the people who are good at this stuff. Follow the greats. Study the greats. When I started years ago, shout out to Stalls, Transfer Express. Those were the folks that were great back then. They still are great now. Those are the videos that we were studying on the internet. Studying, watching these videos, understanding who are the people who are great at this stuff. Because those are the people that I want to follow. Those are the people I want to be my mentor. Right? Sometimes you don't even have to pay for the mentorship. You just have to study them from far. You're just studying the great people. Tip number 3, study the greats. Again, not everyone is going to guide you the right way. Because we see so many people doing it wrong, so we follow them for so long, and then we pick up those habits. Study the greats. Study the greats. And when you're studying the great, you will start to see what print method makes sense for your brand. What print method makes sense for your brand? Studying the greats. Like I said, I studied Stars. I studied Transfer Express. Initially, when I started, I thought I was going to go the screen printing route, get the big equipment and all of that, until I went to visit a screen printing shop. And my man charging me for a setup fee for every color that was on my artwork. And I realized like, that's not it. Right? At this time, I didn't even think I was really going to start a t-shirt business. I just had this job that I committed to and I said yes to, and I was trying to figure out how to do that job. Right? So studying the great gives you a little bit of information when you're in your learn phase. And I call this method learn, practice, and try. Learn, practice, and try. Somebody comment that for me. Learn, practice, and try. These are the 3 steps. Learn, practice, and try. Because as you're studying the great, you're learning the process. You're learning the game. You're just picking from far and see what they're doing. At this time, you haven't even purchased any equipment yet because you don't know what you need. I didn't pick up any equipment until like after the first job, which I borrowed equipment to complete that job. Studying the greats. Right? Let me know on the internet who are some of the great folks that you're following. Hopefully Garment Creations will be in that list. Right? Who are some of the great people that you're watching now? Right? I have Rob Beats on the line. Some of the folks, Rob Beats is one of the ones we've been watching and growing together for a long time. Right? Most of y'all, study when I started, one of the great ones again, besides stores, right? I had T-shirt help desk. Gary from T-shirt help desk was great. I was buying Gary's stuff before I even started printing shirts because he was putting that game into the internet and still doing it now, right? Studying the greats. This is why, like, I know it's taking a little bit on number 3, but that's what I want you to understand. Nowadays, with the reels, everybody's popping on the internet. So we feel like, oh, we're just going to hit the follow button and we follow all of these people. Following all these people are going to hurt you down the line because now your focus is all messed up. Right? Instead of you thinking, okay, I'm just going to do heat pressing, you're following the screen printer, you're following the sublimator, you're following the embroiderer, you're following all these different people, and now you're not focused on what equipment you need to get. Right? So now when you really get into the next step into purchasing your equipment, you're going to be lost. You're going to be buying things that you don't even need because you've seen somebody else do it on the internet. So again, number 1, right? Number 1 tip when it comes to starting your apparel business, no matter how old you are from home, is going to be getting that clarity. Number 2 is going to be finding your niche. Who are you going to serve? Who are those people? Number 3, that is going to be studying the great, the learning process, learning. How does this thing work? Learning without the equipment is sometimes that's one of my biggest things. I would watch so many videos before I get into a new hobby or a new thing. Before I even buy the equipment, I don't watch so many videos, tutorials, studying the great folks that are doing it. Even with YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to do YouTube, how to do a podcast. Before I even bought equipment, I'm already dug in deep into the learning process of this thing. Some of us were not even helping ourselves in that direction. So again, the three things here is learn, practice, and try. Learn, practice, and try. Learning is studying the great. Studying the great. Right? So now, number 4 tip, which is going to go along with practice. Number 4 tip now, when it comes to starting your apparel business, it's going to be the step now because you have learned from the great. You see what they're using. They've given you the recommendations. Now you know what you need. So number 4 is going to be to purchase your equipment. You don't just jump into the game and just purchase equipment. You don't even know what to do. You haven't learned how this thing works. Somebody said, oh, no, E, you got to have it to learn it. No, not really. You got to see it, how it works first to understand, yes, is this an easy method for me? Is this the method I really want to go with? Or is this a little bit hard? Is this above my budget? Number 4 again is going to be purchasing the equipment. And again, it goes back to clarity, right? What lane are you trying to go? All right, you want to go the custom apparel lane. What method does it take to do that? For me, like I said, it was so many other things. There were so many other lanes. I could have gone screen printing lane method, spend the thousands of dollars that I didn't have at the beginning, because I told you I was trying to make extra $1,000 a month. Period. Even if I got $300 a month, I was straight. $1,000 was just that bar. I said, man, if I can get an extra stack in this joint, I'd be all right. My family would be cool. Right? So now you have to have that goal, right? But you tell me in the comments, what is your target per month that you're trying to make this extra income in? Because I'm not telling you to go and quit your job. When I started, shoot, I was working a full-time job. Matter of fact, 2 of them. Right? I feel so many people want to tell you, oh, quit your job, quit your job. Nobody's talking to the people that are supposed to be W-2 employees. Some of us are supposed to have a W-2. You're supposed to be working for somebody. But been over-consumed, following the wrong greatest folks in the world. Right? Because it's, oh, man, you got the spirit of an entrepreneur. So go ahead, man, quit that job. Start your own thing. Really? You're not even clear yet what you want to do. You haven't even made a good $1,000, but you're ready to quit the job. So, again, number 4 is going to be purchase the equipment. And this is the part now on my Instagram. People are asking, oh, what equipment do I need? What heat press do I need? All I use or recommend is for you to get a heat press. It's for you to get a heat press. A heat press is going to help you out. A heat press is all that you need in this phase where you're practicing the game. You're practicing. You can't practice when you're just outsourcing the print to a screen printer. So what are you practicing? Outsourcing? What are you practicing? Marketing? What are you practicing? Drop shipping? Like, what are you practicing? Number 4, again, is buying the equipment. A heat press. A heat press. Again, if you comment the word heat press underneath my Instagram video, if you're watching on Instagram, I have a recommended list of heat presses that I'm going to send you. And I've sent this list out to over 1,000 people, and people are still asking the same question. Oh, bro, what heat press? What heat press? Whenever you comment these things, it's a little sidebar. Whenever you comment these things on my Instagram, there's automatically a DM that gets sent to you, right? I get the comments too, bro. You're not answering questions. Bro, there's 116,000 people on my Instagram. I'm sorry I can't answer all of the questions. Right? So there's things that's done ahead of time to give you the answer that you need. So when people jump on there, they say, oh, man, he's not even answering questions. You're not reading. Right? We're not reading. But anyways, that's a sidebar. All right. So again, you're going to purchase your heat press. What heat press do you need? Whatever heat press you can afford at this time so you can start practicing this new thing that you want to do. Way back in 2016, my first job, I borrowed somebody's heat press. I went over to his house. I purchased a box of shirts from the internet somewhere. I believe it was like internetshirts.com. I don't know what it was at this time, but it was some random spot. Right? Some random spot. I still went ahead and I purchased that heat press. I borrowed that heat press from my cousin and all of that. Right? But then I realized after still studying the grades, I see that, damn, there's actually the thing I can buy off of Amazon. And I went on Amazon and I purchased the heat press. I've got a video coming out on YouTube probably tomorrow. It's called the top 5 heat presses that you should know about. And I have the number 1 heat press that I should know about. It's actually sitting right here. And that's the Trans Pro Plus. My favorite one. The blue one you see me using on my videos. Again, if you comment heat press down below, I will send you that heat press. The link to that heat press comes from Pro World. So all you need is a heat press. Number 4 is going to be to grab that heat press and just start trying. If you can grab a heat press off Amazon, right? Whatever, $300. This thing here, you can start with less than $1,500. $1,500. And I walk you through all of this in my t-shirt masterclass. If you comment the word t-shirt on Instagram, I will send you the link to that class. Again, a heat press. It could be a 15 by 15. I would recommend a 16 by 20 heat press when, if you can afford it at the front. This Transport Plus at the time of this video right here happens to be at the price of $1,000. So if anybody can ask, oh, how much do I need to invest in my t-shirt business? I would say a good $1,000 so you can buy the heat press. That's all you need. I would argue this with so many people who've been saying this thing for years. I have a whole Facebook group called Fire Up the Heat Press for that reason. All you need is a heat press. People's like, oh, what about the printer? Yeah, you can grab a Walmart printer, like a regular $20 printer, so that you're able to print regular paper and all of that. But do you need the printer? Because the next thing now that's part of your equipment is going to be your material, and that's going to be transfers. So we'll get to the transfers, but I want you to really understand, yes, a 16 by 20 heat press is really what I would recommend for these reasons, right? It's a machine that's going to outlast your business. It's going to have some longevity in your business. It's going to give you more opportunities. A 15 by 15 is great, right? You can get one for maybe about $400 if you're shopping at the link that I'm going to send you, right? Or you can grab one on Amazon for what, $180, $200. But if you really think like, man, this is something that I want to do, especially for the folks that want to gift their kids this stuff, right? Gift your kids something that's going to last. What's up, Rod? So a good heat press, man, a great heat press. A good heat press is going to give you a long life in this game. I be wanting to say amen to y'all. Like, amen. Give me an amen. I be feeling like I'm preaching to y'all at some point, right? So go ahead. Make sure you smash the like button here. Again, we're giving you 5 tips. I got some extra ones here too. I'm giving you 5 tips on that you need to know about when starting your t-shirt business. I got my coffee. I'm drinking it out of a lens, but it's actually not a lens if you're watching this. All right. So again, number 1 is finding clarity. What's up, everybody? Number 2 is going to be finding your niche. Who are you going to service? Who are you doing this for? Right? Who are your audience? Who are the people that you want to serve? Right? And number 3 is going to be to study the greats. Who are the people that are ahead of you already that you would like for them to hold your hand through this process? Virtually, in person, right? When we're starting off, there were a bunch of people we worked with too. T-shirt side hustle. I mean, all those folks. We used to pop through at the shop. We used to have a good time, do videos together. Watching people from far. Like I said, Gary, all those folks, we're studying the greats. Number 4, it's going to be to grab your equipment, the heat press, right? And then other people would say, oh, what about the actual thing that go on the shirt? What about the prints? Those are called screen printed transfers. Screen printed transfers. And I was wrong, right? At the trade show, I was actually surprised on how many people did not have any clue what a screen printed transfers is. So I had a comment with somebody. I'm like, dang. Oh, y'all probably see the video. There's a video on my feed that literally lady's like, oh, I've never heard of screen printed transfers. And I've been doing t-shirt for a long time. And that's possible, right? That's possible again, because maybe you're not studying the greats. Maybe you're just watching everything else that's happening around you. But screen printer transfers is literally the same process a screen printer would go through and put it right onto the shirt, except to put it onto a piece of paper, right? A carrier sheet. There's different types of carrier sheets based on the different type of thickness and all of that. You know, there's nothing is created the same. Nothing is equal, right? So screen printed transfers, heat press, screen printed transfers, T-shirts. That's what you need. That is what you need. Again, we go deep into details on this again with the T-shirt course, right? If you're on Instagram, you just comment the word T-shirt. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link down below to enroll in this class. 8 years of experience, I put it all into that, answer all of the questions. I just couldn't believe that some people didn't know what screen printer transfers is, but that's okay, because we're here to help you get over that so that you can really start doing this thing easily. I know, like, maybe not just screen printer transfer, but just transfers as a whole, right? Because now we got DTF transfers. We got the hybrid transfers, all direct to film in my book, right? Just the hybrid one has a screen printed back in there that they're doing all of that, but transfers. So not just screen printed transfers. I know so many people want to be independent. They want to save time as much as this here. Oh yeah, I'm going to save time when I buy the equipment myself. Yeah, you know, you can make more money when you buy the equipment yourself. Come on now. The people who are really leading you to do that, I don't even consider them to be the greats. I don't consider them as the greats. Those folks that say, yeah, go ahead and buy the machine, man. You're clearly just starting. You're literally just starting. They know you're just starting. But they're telling you, go ahead and invest the thousands of dollars in the machine that you don't know how to maintenance. You haven't studied enough. The companies don't really give you enough information about it. But they're telling you, oh, yeah, go ahead and buy the DTF machine, man. You know, go ahead, buy the $10,000 screen printing setup, man. But you're trying to make that $1,000 real quick. Now you got to worry about learning the machine, studying the machine, right? Knowing about the maintenance, right? Like making sure you're printing on this thing every day. All of those things there does nothing but leave you overwhelmed and having you wanting to give up. And now that clarity you once had, you're like, oh man, there's so much going on. You know what? Yeah, I'm just not going to do nothing. I talk to so many people all the time that just don't do nothing. Oh, I got all the equipment, man, but how do I get back on my feet? Why did you fall off? Oh, yeah, I went ahead and I bought this DTF machine, and, you know, it's just not working. It's just not it. Right? So, again, go back to tip number 1 again. In that learning process, figure out your clarity. What are you doing? Custom apparels or a clothing brand. Number 2 is going to be finding your niche. Who are you servicing? Small businesses. Or maybe you're just doing your brand preparatory. You're just working on your brand. You said, man, I'm going to be the next Nike. I'm going to be the next Supreme. You know, I'm going to be the next World Envision. You know, whatever those brands are that you're working with these days, or you're watching and following. Right? And then the next step, number 3, is just studying the greats again. Who are the great people in your lane? If you're doing a clothing brand, maybe you're doing a clothing brand like for culture or whatever the case is. Who are those brands that's already doing this? Right? The World Envision dudes, great folks, right? The God is dope people, great people. I mean, who are those brands that are doing it already? If you're in the custom apparel world, you better know about stores, right? That's a company nobody should even try to be competing with. Those are the giants of the game. Those are the folks you should be studying. How are they doing it? They're making it easy. They're sending you a piece of paper with the design printed on it like this. This design come to you. All you need is that heat press to fire it up. When I heard that years ago, I'm like, this is it. This is easy. Yes, we got into all the other equipment, right? Some of the reasons why we even got into all this other equipment, because we also started doing YouTube. So now we had to teach people the other methods and show you like, oh man, this heat press is much easier than this, than that, right? The DTG, yes, we invested in all of that. The DTF, yes, we invested all of that. We did those things so that we can learn and realize like, wow, I know it costs thousands of dollars, but this is not the way. Are you guys following me? So where is the course? Just comment T-shirt. If you comment the word T-shirt under this video, you will get a link into your DM for the T-shirt business masterclass. And we go through everything, right? I spent 5 days in that class taking you through everything. Finding your niche, marketing, finding the equipment, what transfer to use, designing it, how to get your setup and everything, how to send your designs over to the companies, how to build your presence on social media. We went through all of this in that T-shirt business course. If you're on YouTube, it's linked down below. If you're on Instagram, just comment the word T-shirt. So again, number 4, your equipment, your heat press, your T-shirt, right? Your transfers. Again, so when it comes to transfers, where do you get it at? I'm going to give you this, right? Because I've posted tons of videos on the few people that we would recommend for your transfers. What company would you use? I would say TKO Sales, right? If you see me at the show, or you seen some of the videos, there's a reason why we're rocking with certain companies in this industry. Not everybody is out for your success. It sucks. I apologize. But we're guiding you through the right ones, right companies. So when it comes to transfers, there's a program, 15 cents transfers. Literally 15 cents transfers. This one in my hand is a 12 by 12. So this happens to be 20 cents. You can get in multiple colors, single colors, from white to whatever color you want. They have it available for you, right? More screen printed transfers. Again, this is literally Plastisol ink. Plastisol ink. This is ink. The same process that a screen printer is using is exactly what TKO is doing all those transfers. And they're sending it to you. For the 15 cents, it's a 9 by 12 size. For the 20 cents, there is a 12 by 12 size. You get the opportunity to gang sheet. What's up, Lulu? Said E knows what he's talking about. E, I'm trying to tell these folks, man. You know, but there's people that comment on the videos. Oh, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Y'all crazy if y'all don't want to buy a DTF machine. DTF knows changed my life. It changed all of our lives. It changed all of our lives. But that doesn't mean you should go ahead at the beginning of your business to go and buy the machine. I see so many people. I was actually surprised at the trade show. Not too many people were following these machines now. People have been hurt. People are hurt. I know this is stuff we ain't supposed to say. This is stuff your experts aren't telling you. The greats that you follow, they aren't telling you this. But I'm sorry, man. There's so many messages from people, right? And the truth be told, we are part of the decision that people made to purchase those machines, right? Because we're on the ones on the internet. They look at us as influencers. So they know like, oh, if Erastus got this, I should go and get this. I apologize, right? But I'm telling you now, the heat press, even though y'all seen all of those machines, the breadwinner here has always been the heat press. Some heat transfers. All right. So then we talk about T-shirts. T-shirts now, like where do you get the T-shirt? There's plenty of T-shirt brands, plenty of wholesale accounts. There's a new company that I recently discovered and started working with, was working with them at the trade show. It's called Super Soft Apparel. Super Soft Apparel. And just like it says, again, if you comment Super Soft, SUPA Soft, underneath this video on Instagram, I will send you a link to Super Soft Apparel. Right? When you seen the video on Instagram, people are feeling the shirt like, oh, wow, it's soft. These shirts are so amazing, right? Like, they're so soft. I was blown. Like, wow, Super Soft Apparel is really soft. They had no other name to use but exactly what that shirt is. Right? So Super Soft Apparel is a company based out of California now. They're literally changing the game, giving you the basic stuff that just feels superb. Again, super soft. Yes, that's it. Super soft. Make it one word. I believe I only have it set up as one word or 2 words. And I'll send you a link for 10%. You go over there, create your account, right? You create your account, you sign up for the wholesale account, and they will take care of you. Literally, their stuff feels better than some of the brands that you know about that I really don't want to name here. Super Soft Apparel. Okay, so you got Super Soft Apparel. All right, then you also have some folks that, I mean, before I discovered Super Soft, we were getting stuff right from like Afro Broder. Right? Afro Broder. You understand? Like SNS Activewear, Sanmar. These are companies that are built to help you grow. Buying shirts from Walmart is not going to cut it. I know you say, oh, yeah, I just want to grab some shirts to practice. Not from Walmart. Like, come on. Right? Figure this thing out from the jump. If you're really studying the grades, if you follow these steps that I give you, you will learn that, like, nowadays, most of these companies don't even require the reseller's permit, but that's a thing that we had to do at the beginning when we started years ago, was to get that reseller's permit. The reseller's permit is going to allow you now to buy things on a wholesale level, right? To be able to buy and sell and make some profit. Give you opportunity to make a little bit more money. I know there's some folks that charge, oh yeah, the shirts, oh yeah, I bought the shirt $2, so I'm actually going to charge $4 for that. You can do that if you want, but I don't sell shirts, so I don't mark up my price on the shirts. I don't tell people, oh yeah, you know, I'm buying it for $2, so I got to sell it to you for $4. Nah, you really only pay me to turn on my heat press and apply the transfers. And I tell all my customers that. Sometimes I'll even take them to the back end and show them the price that I pay for shirts, because I'm not into the business to charging people for shirts. I'm into the business to charging you for turning on my heat press, right? But you figure out how you want to price your business, right? But most of the time you go to screen printers, big companies, they're not really charging you for the shirts. Sometimes they even tell you, oh yeah, you can drop ship the shirts to me. We'll just print it. They charge you for the application, right? So maybe that's why some of y'all, you aren't getting those sales, because you're just overpricing those things, because you feel like, oh, you got to make money on the shirts too because you got the wholesale account. Oh, I got the wholesale account. This is my account. This is my license. So somebody got to pay for it. Come on. You guys with me? Are you with me? I just want to know if you're finding value. If you're finding value, just smash the like button for me. This is another Friday, man. Just another Friday. And again, if you want to get deeper with me, just go ahead, comment the word T-shirt under the video there. Hit the link if you're watching on YouTube. We'll dive into this. I teach you how to even design and do design. We even teach you a little bit of doing design with AI. Like, all of those things are included in that course. So go ahead, subscribe to it, enroll in it. And if you got any questions after that, you already know how to reach me, right? But T-shirt. All right, so now let's go into number 5. Or is this, yeah, number 5. Number 5 now, this is the part that most of us are not doing consistently. Truth of the matter is, you're lazy. You're lazy. You're being lazy, but you can literally do this here. And this next part is the marketing part. Without the marketing, I don't care how much you learn, how much you practice, how much you try, you ain't gonna make no money. You ain't gonna make no money. And I covered this a whole day on this in the course where we called it as securing the land. Securing the land. What do you mean by securing the land? When it comes to your t-shirt business or any business, you have to be present on the internet. You have to be present on the internet. I don't care how old you are. I don't care. Like people, oh man, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive. Good for you, old man, old woman. No disrespect, but dang, you mean you don't have any presence on the internet? I'm glad you're doing good, because I don't think I'd be able to do good if I didn't have presence on the internet. Had it not been for the internet, I don't know what will be, what will happen, what garment creation will look like. Because of the internet now, Instagram alone, like just over the last 3 days, we have 5,000 people that literally followed that account. Because of the value. It's all there. Because of the internet, we have companies now that are reaching out. Hey, Erastus, can you do this? Oh, Erastus, can we partner in this? This is all part of the marketing of your business. Securing the land basically means you are there on the internet. You are everywhere. People should literally open up their app and see you. Some of us are following more people on the internet than that's following us. I was telling my wife the other day, I'm looking at her account because we're working on her Instagram, trying to get her to grow in this content creating space. And I told some people as well on before, if you claim that you want to be an expert, all right, take it how you want. You cannot be following more people than the people that are following you. People say, oh, Erastus, how do you grow on Instagram? I open up their Instagram. They're literally following 3,000 people, but they have 500,000 followers. That's backwards. Securing the land. You need to be the expert. How can you be the expert? You're the one that's providing value. Even if you feel like, man, I'm just starting, I don't know what to do here. Providing value is meaning just showing up there. Showing up is one of the biggest ways you can be a part of the team. You can't be on a sports team and you don't show up. You say, man, I'm on the team. I'm rocking with the team. You have to show up. So when it comes to marketing, you must show up. People must know what it is that you offer. Even if it's your own brand, your own clothing brand. If you're not marketing, you're not making sales. So how do you secure the land? First, you must have the account on all social media platforms. Whatever your business name is, whatever your brand name is, right? You must secure that brand name on all platforms. That's securing the land. No, I'm not telling you you need to be posting on all of them. That's not what I'm telling you. But you must have your flag planted on that brand name. Garment Creations, boom, all platforms. Why? Because when somebody see you somewhere else, and nowadays, in these days, they're going to research you everywhere else. They're going to look on YouTube. They're going to look on TikTok, right? They're going to look on Facebook because they want to see, are you actually official? Especially if you're a home-based business, they want to know, are you official? Or are you going to just take my money and not come back? Securing the land. Securing the land. Garment Creations. Boom. I'm on the internet as Garment Creations there on all social media platforms. Then you figure out, all right, eventually you're going to need a website. So can you get garmentcreations.com? Securing the land. Somebody said secure the land. That's how you secure the land. You make sure you have it everywhere, legitimizing your business. I'm not saying go ahead and jump into a shop right away, but hey, that might be a process to legitimize your business. I have a video I did with Lou from Third Day, which is on the live here. Lou's like, man, I just quit my job. I wanted to do this thing. I seriously knew, like, man, I can't just have people coming to my house. And then there was customers that didn't take me official because I was just doing things out of my house. I haven't secured the land. But the moment he went ahead and he took that leap of faith and he went ahead and grabbed a storefront, things started to change. Now you're looking a little more official. You have secured the land in your local community. Because another part, because instead of doing it on social, you can do it in person. I know my older folks are like, man, we've been knocking on doors for our whole life. We've been knocking on doors since day one. You can still knock on doors. It still works. How many times do you get the salespeople knock on your door? You know, do you need solar? I just saw your neighbor's solar, so we thought that you could need some solar too. That method still works. But where are you going to send people to? Where are you going to send them to? If you don't have a website, you don't have a brand on social media. I had a company that reached out yesterday about some collaboration. Oh, Erastus, we seen your video. We want you to do a video for us as a brand, whatever. I'm saying, all right. And the first thing I do when companies reach out, I go ahead and research these companies. I went on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I don't even see them. I went on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. I don't even see them. I'm like, okay, the only link y'all sent me was to Amazon. All right, no problem. So my response to them was like, hey, I would love to work with you, but I don't see you anywhere on the internet. If people don't see you, they don't know you. Can we agree? Can we agree? Some of y'all might be good. Y'all might be like, man, I'm not into that new age type of business here, man. I'm old school. I love the old school folks. But most people that I talk to, they want to do this for their kids. Your kids are already on social media, even if you don't think it, right? That cell phone you give them, they're on Instagram, they're on Snapchat. They have all their different platforms that they're on. So why do we feel like, man, we don't need these, right? So again, I told you, you need to learn this stuff, learn it so well, right? Learn from the greats, learn the process, learn what steps you want to take. And then you got to practice. In order to practice, you got to have the equipment. You have to do the studying. You have to invest in yourself a little bit more. Maybe jump in the course. Maybe take a mentorship class. Like whatever it takes for you to get the practice that you need. Get your hands in the game. And then you got to try it. You got to try it. So, the try it part is the part that so many people are so lazy on. Nobody wants to try the thing that you spend dollars on already. You know how many people I talk to? Oh, Erastus, you know, like I still got my machine in the box, man. I've taken all of the courses. At that point, I don't even want to talk to you. I see people like it's the same people. Like I'm grateful that the same people I've been following for years, but the same people's got the same problem all these years. You still don't. I mean, you still. How many videos have you watched? How many mentors have you listened to? When are you going to try the thing? When are you going to actually try it? Instead of just being in the comments, yeah, Erastus, I pay for this class here, you know, but I just don't know which way to go. Really? Oh, Erastus, I bought the machine that you recommended, you know, but I still haven't even taken it out the box. Really? So you've learned, you've invested, but you're scared to try it. You're scared to try it. Right? Here's the part here. Number 6, this bonus one right here, right? Stop caring about what people will say. Stop caring about what people will say. And the reason why I put it right after the marketing section there, because people don't market because they feel like, man, People are gonna feel like, oh, I'm showing up too much. Oh, I'm sending too much email. Oh, all you do now, you're on the internet. Oh, you care so much about what people say. So then you start to defeat yourself. You start to get in your own way. You start to get in your own heads. Like, oh yeah, mom said I should have went to college and all that, but I thought it would have been better to start a business. And then you started and it's like, oh, it didn't work. You had to move back home. So now you feel like you're a failure. Stop worrying about what people say, man. This is what's killing us. Or even some of the ones that already are following all of these steps. You do have the few videos out there. You are marketing yourself. But then the moment somebody gets in your comment and say something, you fold. You're on the internet, baby. Let me tell you, people are going to talk. That's what they do. All right, Jesse, that's what they do. There's literally people that jump on the internet that are already having a bad day, and their whole goal is to make sure everybody else have a bad day with them. Y'all with me? Throw some hearts on this if you're with me. I know it might sound like, oh man, he's just preaching. I just feel like this should just be a motivation for you. It's time for you to stop worrying about what people think, what people say. They're going to say it no matter what. Even if you're doing good, they're going to talk about you. If you're doing bad, they're going to talk about you. Let them talk. Keep your head down. Study the greats. We're not spending all this time on the internet responding to people talking crazy in the internet. I already struggle like responding to the comments on my Instagram. You think I want to highlight that one person? Usually what I tell them when they comment like that, I'll be like, oh yeah, thank you. That's already a comment. One thing the trolls don't know, if you comment, it just counts as a comment. Even if it's a bad comment, it's a good comment. It counts as engagement. So thank you for the engagement. That's what I tell them all the time. I ain't mad. Thank you for the engagement. Now go ahead, have your bad day somewhere else, because I'm only focusing on good days. Are we good? So again, these 5 steps plus the bonus steps is what I want you to focus on. That's what I would recommend. I ain't going to tell you what to do, but I'm just trying to give y'all some real talk here. Find that clarity. Number one, when it comes to starting your t-shirt business, right? Number one, again, is going to be finding clarity. What lane you want to go in? Are you going to be a brand owner, starting your own clothing brand, or are you going to do a custom apparel business where you're praying for other people? Number 2 is going to be, what niche are you going to be in? Who are you going to service? That's all part of your niche. Are you doing sports? Are you doing small businesses? Are you doing nonprofits? Like, what are you doing? What is that niche? Number 3 is going to be to study the greats. Studying the greats. Who are the folks that are doing this? Who are the folks that have been doing this? Who has the track record? The way I track people track record, again, I told you, I'm going to research you on the internet. I'm going to look on YouTube. I'm going to look on Instagram. I'm going to look on Facebook. That's how we track. That's how we look for your track record in 2023. If you don't have that social proof, you're just not the great. You might be making millions of dollars on your own. I'll get to that question in 1 second. So the question is, would you recommend one niche at a time? But again, right before, I'm gonna run through this list real quick. Right? So you're following the greats. You're studying, you're learning. Then you get into the equipment part of things. Also, again, somebody's asking what heat press do you recommend? The moment you say the word heat press on my video, there's already a DM that went to you and it gives you the list of recommended heat presses that I recommend. All right, so the recommended heat presses is already in your DM the moment you said heat press under my video. So again, number 4 would be buying the equipment. And the equipment now, all you need is a heat press. All you need is a heat press. There's so many other people that have so many things to say about it. But I know big companies now are trading in those things. They're shutting down their offices and they're grabbing a heat press and they're moving down into the basement and they're making 80 grand a year right from home. It's possible. Number 5 is the marketing part of things. Show up. Be there. Be there. Secure the land. How do you secure the land? Be on social. Be social with it. Show up on all platforms. And then choose the one platform that's your breadwinner. I started on YouTube. I mean, most of y'all followed me on YouTube from the very beginning. If that's you, go ahead, raise your hand. Right? But now Instagram is that's our go-to. So how do you sign up for the course? So if you want to learn how you can start your t-shirt business the easy way, if you comment the word t-shirt under this video on Instagram, you will get a link in your DM. Comment the word t-shirt. And if you're on YouTube, there's a link down below the video. Yo, Larry, what's good, bro? And that course has helped so many people, man. People are starting their own businesses now. I get the emails all the time. Or running into people in real life is amazing, because I just love to hear those stories. Right? Sometimes it feels good for somebody to applaud you in public when everybody else is around. Yo, Erastus, man, your videos help me out so much. Oh, Erastus, man. And I just sit there and be like, wow, this is the impact. This is what the marketing can do for you. This is what the videos can do for you. The documenting your process can do for you. And as I look through these videos, I look through these chats, I see so many people that I know have been impacted through one video on Garment Creations platform. So many people. There are even the ones that are just sitting in the background and don't comment. We know you're there. So fix the microphone sounds weird. So day 5 is missing. I'm gonna have to check it out. Yep, my man Larry. Larry's saying, yep, that's me. In the Basement Sports Podcast. Larry, man. I remember Larry. I'm going to tell Larry's story a little bit. Right? I'm going to tell Larry's story a little bit. When we was in the shop. One day I'm in the shop. I see somebody pulled up in the van. You know what I mean? I'm descriptive with him. My man pulled up in the van. He driving a Tesla and all that. He on big level. But I remember, like, he walked into the doors and he's knew me. I mean, as far as I know, bro knew me from nowhere. But he's like, man, I've been watching you on YouTube. Shout out to the people that was watching on YouTube and just showed up and just realized that, yep, I know where he's at. I'm just going to show up at his shop. So Larry showed up. This is years ago now. And Larry's was like, man, bro, I'm drove down from Delaware to come and see you and visit you and see what you got going on. And I just wanted to get some pointers from you. You know, there are other folks that are in my city. You know, I reached out to them, but I guess they're just too big time for me. And I said, yeah, bro, I mean, welcome in. He came in. I actually seen a picture the other day, Larry. I was watching some pictures looking at some pictures in my thing. And I seen you when we did your very first shirt. I mean, did his very first shirt together. I walked him to the silhouette. At this time, I mean, he was starting off, so I had the silhouette. And I showed him how to get the silhouette and the design. And I showed him everything about it from start to a finished shirt. And my man walked out of there that day. inspired. And that's how he started Next Level Custom Apparels. Right? Like there's so many stories like that. If it wasn't for the internet, we won't have those type of stories. I would have wrote it in a book? I can't even spell. So at least if I'm doing a video and I say something wrong, we can all laugh at it and I can change it out in the edit and all of that before it goes live. But when it comes to writing a book, yeah. Yep, and we did it live. All that stuff is on YouTube, man. I've been documenting for a long time. But I just wanted to stop by today, man, to inspire somebody today to stop listening to what other people are saying. Right? Listening to what people say about you. Learn how to study the greats, the people who are really actually able to help you through this journey. Like, I'll raise my hand. I could help anybody start their t-shirt business. Anybody. We've had all the years of experience and all the different connections, all the different companies that you probably want to reach out to. We can reach out to them. I've put in the work. Some folks that have all the negative comments, they haven't been around. They haven't been around long enough to see what we've done in this industry. They just watch one reel, they watch one video, and they make their conclusion, man, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Really? You haven't seen all the receipts. You haven't seen all the receipts. But I just wanted to stop in, man, just to motivate you, and give you some value this morning so you can have something to think about. Again, if you need heat presses, you just comment the word heat press under this video if you're watching on IG. Once you comment a heat press, I see people even signing up for the course right now. Congratulations to whoever just made that purchase. Entertainment and Design said, oh, I purchased the course. I'm missing day number 5. We will figure out what day number 5 was and I get that up to you. Or re-upload that or whatever that day was. Right, but most days when I run those long videos like that, all of the information is probably up to day number 4. I don't actually remember what happened there, but I'm gonna check it out. But my question to you was it valuable? Right? Was that class, that course that you took in a matter of days, even though it's set up as 5 days, you could probably consume it all in one day. If you're really trying to learn this thing, was it valuable to you? Is this something that you're able to recommend? You know, like I'm asking live. So if you drop the question live, even if it's not real, right? Even if you say, man, that thing was nothing, that it didn't help me, you can drop it right here. I'm okay with the negative feedback as well, because it'll help me grow. But there's a catalog of people that have gone through our processes, that have gone through our programs. There are companies that we've worked with that can attest for some of the value that we've brought to them. Again, this is all because we realized what it is that we wanted to do. Despite of what other people were saying, we did it. And when I say we, yeah, I did it. I like to say we in the long run. When you get a whole team behind you, you can say we, yeah, we. But it's a I. I did it. But again, I would love to keep going on this, but I don't want to take all of your time, and I don't want to run this video forever on YouTube. So if you got any questions, again, make sure you're following me on YouTube, garmentcreations.com, Garment Creations on YouTube, Garment Creations on Instagram. We also have, besides the t-shirt course, we have a AI t-shirt course, right? AI design. If you want to learn how to create designs using AI, and if you're watching this on Instagram, you just comment the word class and you have access to that class as well. Because nowadays we no longer have to worry about designs, man. You just use AI. You just use AI. idesignwithai.com is also a website you can go check out. We have all of our different artworks on there. If you just want to purchase our artwork and start your thing. These are, I'm gonna show you some of the artwork we have on the site there, right? This is a bundle here. This is actually some UV transfers, but they were printed with all of our bundle. This is our football helmet bundles here, right? Designs that you can get as well. This here's our baseball designs. All different cities with baseball. If you come in baseball, you will get this, or you just go to idesignwithai.com. It should be linked down below in YouTube. idesignwithai.com. This is the NBA one, right? All these different designs, all these different ones you can get, and plenty more at idesignwithai.com. And if you have any questions, the email is linked down below. Send me a message, and I would love to help you through this journey. All right. Sorry we can't answer all of the questions on Instagram. The platform is outrageously growing right now. Shout out to all the new people that joined recently, that joined the platform on IG, on YouTube. I need all of y'all to go to YouTube and subscribe, though. Let's get the YouTube numbers up. We've been stuck over there at 21,000 for a long time. I want to get everybody, all 100,000 of y'all that's on Instagram, jump over to my YouTube and just spam it with a bunch of subscribe. You feel me? And if you're on here, just find me on Garment Creations on all platforms. You know, we secure that land and we're loving it. We're loving it. All right. So if your company out there as well, you said, man, I want to work with this guy here. How can we get some videos? How can we work together? Please send me an email, man. ErastusSnorweah@gmail. Everything is linked into my Instagram. If you send me a DM, sometimes it's so tough to get to those DMs. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm open right now to brand consultation. I'm open right now to brand promotion, all of that. You can also join our Facebook group. It's called Fire Up the Heat Press. There is a large community of 30,000 people in there that are willing to help you grow your business. There's a second group that's called Made with AI. It's an AI group. Just go ahead and follow me, man. Just come into the market, come into the journey. Let's get going. So this question here, I'm gonna answer this one here. We'll take some questions. I have a couple minutes. You got some questions, drop it down. I'm gonna answer some questions here for y'all. I'm gonna answer some questions. And so this question here is coming from Mega Sup. I'm gonna mess up your name, but this is a YouTube question. The question is, how much should I charge a customer for pressing their shirts if they come with their own DTF prints? Oh, I didn't expect you to go that direction there. I thought you was gonna say, how much do you charge a customer if they come with their own shirts? But this is different. So how much do you charge a customer if you come with their own prints? So this is it. This is how I do it, right? This is what I do. You have to figure out what you want to charge to put on to turn on your heat press. All right. And I do this by researching. You got to do the research, right? You got to study the greats. And when you go out to some screen printing shop and ask them, right, how much does it cost to, besides the setup charge, right, besides everything else, how much does it cost to produce a shirt? Some screen printer will tell you, oh, it's $6 a shirt. Oh, it's $7 a shirt. $8 a shirt. Whatever that is, you figure out now how you can charge by turning on your heat press. So for me, I charge $8 a shirt, not including the shirt now. So if I say $8 a shirt, that means for me to just press a shirt with my heat press, turn on that heat press, open it one time, close it, boom. That's $8. It started off at $6 though, right? $8. So that's for one side. So if then this person mess around and say they want a double-sided shirt, that's $12. Because I'm closing, or that's $16 because I'm closing my press twice. Every time I open and close my heat press with your garment or your transfer, right? Whatever the case is, if you bring me a thing and I got to turn on my heat press, it's costing you $8. And that's the metric I base my pricing on. And then with that $8, now I'm going to add the price of your shirt, which is about $3, $3 to $4, depending on what quality of shirt you're going to take. Right? So now 8 plus, let's say, the $4, that's $12. All right. Then you charge for that transfer. If I'm using transfers, right now, I'm also charging what that transfer price was. Even though it's a 15-cent transfer, but if you round up, you add the shipping and all of that, I charge an extra $1 for that transfer. So now you add $13 a shirt, and that based on how many shirts they bring in, that number might increase or decrease. But I would recommend, for this person right here that's asking how much do you charge to press that transfer, I mean, like I said, I started at $6. Ask the screen printers, what does it cost you? If I send you the shirt and have a single color design, how much would it cost you per shirt? Oh, they're gonna say, oh, $6, $7, $8. Now I take that number and that's what I charge my customers. And add a little bit there or take a little bit off based on your experience and all of that. So I hope that helps you. Hope that was helpful. But that's how I base. Like I said, I don't charge for the shirts because I don't sell shirts. So I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, out of that $8, I pay $4 for this shirt. So I got to charge you $6 for it so I can make a little something. Nah, I'm just going to charge you the $4 because you bought the shirt. I didn't. But again, some folks might find something different. You say, is that just single color? That's definitely just for a single color. If I'm using transfers, it's just for a single color, right? And if I'm using DTF, it's still considered a single color because that's one press, y'all. That's the joy of transfer. It's not like I'm not going to a screen printer who's going to charge me for a setup charge on each. No, I'm only using a transfer. It literally takes my heat press one time to close, and that transfer is done. If you're using a good transfer company, some like TKO, you don't need that second press. Yes, we recommend a second press for some durability, but it's not necessary. It's not like some other transfers. You got to press it and then you got to press it again. That's why I like hot peel transfers. Hot peel transfers, you don't really need that second press, y'all. So I don't charge the person the second time. It's not their fault. You're using some crappy thing that needs to be pressed twice or 3 times. No, they only pay me one time to close that heat press per side, per placement. So if they mess around, they want something on the neck, boom, they're going to get hit again. You want something on the back, boom, you're going to get hit again. Depending on how many placements you have, you're still paying that one price times the amount of placements you have. Amen. I be wanting to say amen everything. Y'all forgive me. There's a preacher in me. All right. So if I say amen, just say amen back. Amen. Amen. You feel me? So what other questions y'all got? Instagram, no question. All right. So again, comment heat press to get the heat press recommended list. I see all my people saying amen on IG. I love it. I love it. Right. So comment heat press to get the heat presses that I recommend. Comment class to enroll in the AI for digital income class, where we literally teach you how to create designs on Instagram, on AI, using AI. And I also teach you how to sell those designs and be able to monetize those. Right. And you comment t-shirt if you need my help taking your t-shirt off of the ground, out of your head. how to market it, how to build your site, how to design, all of those things. We spend a whole day on designs. So again, comment t-shirt for that class. And then the next question I just saw was, what would you recommend one niche at a time? Would you recommend one niche at a time? I would definitely recommend one niche at a time, because if you're doing so many different niches, you kind of get a little scattered, right? Because the one issue that I had, I'm not even going to say y'all, right? One issue that I have, I'm a person that I'm a builder. That's why I like to consider myself, right? So I just like to start this one thing. As soon as it gets off, I want to jump on the next thing. That's something that I need to work on, right? So when it comes to like figuring out a niche, I would say start one niche. Focus on that, right? They said the word focus mean, I heard somebody say, oh, focus mean what? Focus on one thing until success, right? If you work on that one niche, you get it going. At least with that one niche, you will realize like maybe nobody is worth this niche, but some of us, we don't put enough time to really understand if there's a market for this niche, if anybody's even vibing with it. We spend the last like 3 months and like, oh man, I didn't even make one sale yet. This is not my area. This is not my niche. Let me switch up. 90 days is not even enough to get your feet wet. It's not. I mean, you just want to be consistent. There's so many other print methods I could be talking about, or I could invest in and try out, but my niche is the heat press and transfers. That's where we started in 2016, and that's where we're at. Yes, we dabble into the sublimation and all of that. There's still rooms for all of those things, but it all goes around that heat press. So yes, I will recommend that you work with one niche at a time. One niche at a time. Amen. 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 Oh man. It's been good hanging out with y'all, man. I like these. We're gonna try to do these on Fridays. Right? We're gonna try this. This is my content plan, y'all. I'm gonna give you my content plan. That should be a plan. That's my content plan. And that's basically on YouTube. My whole plan here is one video a week on YouTube and one live a week. So the lives are on Friday, right? On Fridays. I would like to say 11 o'clock on Fridays. You know, we're still trying to be a little more consistent with the time here. And then on IG, man, I'm posting 3 reels a day on IG at least, because I understand. Here's the thing, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit more tip on how you can grow your Instagram. Again, it all goes back to studying the greats, knowing what's happening on your back end. So what brand or shirt I'm wearing? I'm wearing a Super Soft. This sweater here is from Super Soft. Yep. So on IG now, I'm posting 3 reels a day. You see it, right? So there's a schedule around that. You need to know when your people are live on these platforms. If you know your audience, you know exactly what time your people are around. You know what time they're on these platforms. And here's the thing, because I say what time they're on the platform, I also have searched and realized through testing that I don't like post on the time. Like I know my people are online at 9 o'clock. I'm actually not even posting at 9 o'clock. I'm posting either 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after. Right? Because the moment they jump on, you know, everybody else is doing the same thing. Everybody else is posting at that time. So I post a little bit after that. You mean? Or a little bit before that. Most of the time is a little before. Right? But then there's still 3 times a day on Reels. And then on stories, I'm posting at least like 5 to 10 stories a day. Because you got to show up. You got to be there. You got to be there. People got to see you. I want that every time you open up your Instagram, I'm on that bubble up top. If I'm on that bubble up top, I don't care if you skip, but skip through my stuff, but I'm still on that bubble up top. You're still gonna see my face. You feel me? Yeah, you're still gonna see this face. So that's my strategy there with social, right? But then I was talking about YouTube. My goal here on YouTube is 1 video a week. Even though we posted, I think maybe I posted 3 this week. It's all on YouTube there. I need to go and check out the YouTube videos. Drop comments, right? Drop engagement on those things. Check them out. We're there. And then I've also been recording, like this whole show right now, I recorded the audio. So that's going to go on a podcast. And the Entrepreneur Social Podcast is the one that I'm doing. And I'm trying to get that up, going and get a good list of folks lined up to start talking about some business stuff. All right. So the Entrepreneur Social Podcast is actually already live. And the podcast is going to be right on YouTube. If you go to the YouTube channel right now, it's there. The good thing about YouTube now, you can do podcasts right on YouTube. YouTube is the platform, y'all. You know what I mean? Between YouTube and Instagram, just focus on those two. You'll be all right. I know y'all love y'all TikTok. I just can't. I don't win on TikTok like that, yo. I don't win on TikTok. You know what I mean? TikTok, that's my issue with TikTok. I'm just ranting right now. I'm just going off. This whole show is over, but right now I'm just going to talk. But this is the thing with TikTok. Here's my issue with TikTok. TikTok, yeah, people might say, oh, TikTok can push your video. TikTok will give you a lot of views. I find it hard to actually sell on TikTok. You know what I mean? I know I got some white stuff right here. Yeah, TikTok is hard to sell. You feel me? And we're in this business. I'm marketing to you. I want to be able to sell to you. All right, I'm going to give you the value, but at the end of the day, I want you to be able to take the next step with me. And I found TikTok doesn't make that easy. Right? The moment you say certain things that slow you down, that's why I love IG. I mean, I can just say comment the word T-shirt and you get the link to the course, right? I can say comment the word class, you get the link to the AI course, and people can do that. And I can integrate that with the back end. I was actually at the trade show. I had an interview with Danish from Silky Socks. Make sure you check that video out on YouTube. And we're talking about like Instagram and all of that. He had some amazing questions, trying to figure out how we get the automation, the automatic commenting on your video, right? And I'll give you this. The app that I use for that, or the browser that I use for that, is called ManyChat. ManyChat allows you to connect your IG to their platform so that when somebody comment like the word T-shirt, it automatically sends them a DM with information that you want them to have, right? So we'll do a video on ManyChat soon. And I walk you through all of those things and how you can set up your social media to be able to be automated, right? If that's something you guys want, just let me know in the comments. I will definitely do a video on how to set up ManyChat. But yeah, I was telling Danish, this is how it's done. And he's now going to be executing on that, right? Especially when you get a big account, your account starts to grow. You can't, it's hard to respond to all of those comments. It's so hard, y'all. I've tried it many days. I'm just trying to do it. It's not like I don't do it. I try to do it, but look at the videos. Like there's thousands of questions, thousands of comments. I'm like, I can't answer all of these. I would love to, but that's why we do videos now, to respond. And it's crazy because those comments be giving you a lot of feedback. Your next video idea is right in the comment. You know, but at this point now, I'm just talking, y'all. So I appreciate y'all. If you're watching this on the replay, comment replay. And if you are on YouTube, check the links down below. Let's connect. See y'all on the next video. Make sure you like this, share this, comment on this, drop your questions on this, and we'll be able to guide you to the next step. All right. Happy Friday. God bless you. May God bless your hands. May God bless your business. May God expand your territory. May God take you to a whole nother level and grant you all of your heart desires for his glory. Amen. So God bless y'all. I see y'all on the next live.